Good evening to all the participants joined in the virtual program on work-life balance conducted by the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in association with Heartfulness. We have with us today's resource person, Mr. Stans, and Mr. Stans is an experienced person whenever we are talking about the various aspects of the work-life balance. And we have also with us CA Dr. Pradeep Gupta, our mentor and guide in that one is particular in the aspects of work-life balance. And with this, I welcome you both in the virtual platform of the work-life balance. We are conducting the virtual program on work-life balance on Monday to Friday at 8:30 p.m. and the weekend virtual program on work-life balance conducted on Saturday and Sunday at 10:30 am. So we once again request you all to join this virtual session on regular basis to get it benefit of the these sessions and get it the maximum. You can get it the maximum from these sessions. With this, I am handing over the session to CA Dr. Pradeep Gupta for introduction of Mr. Stans, and thereafter handing over the session to Mr. Stans for further proceeding.
Thank you, Dr. Sambit. We welcome Stan. Mr. Stan worked for the Foreign Affairs Ministry of France. He worked several years at the Crisis Center in Paris before developing extensive experience while serving abroad in China, India, Turkey, Slovakia, and Bangladesh. He holds a master's degree in law and economy from Nice, France, and he is a certified meditation trainer for the past 20 years. He was a visiting faculty in a leading business school in Europe to sensitize students on meditation, balance, inner transformation, performance, and quality to being. He conducts numerous programs, retreats, keynotes on benefits of meditation from a scientific perspective in various companies, and inspired professionals with new approaches to well-being, performance, emotional intelligence, leadership, and consciousness evolution. He makes meditation fashionable and easy to integrate in our daily busy life. Mr. Stan is driven by deep aspiration to bring a more heartful way of life through his close association with the Heartfulness Institute for the past few decades. He traveled widely around the world to discover different cultures and enjoy windsurfing. Handing over the mic to Stan. Stan, please.
Thank you, CA Gupta, President Gupta, and thank you, Dr. Samvid. Thank you, Akai Institute, and all the participants to spend some time together to learn, first, most importantly, to experience the incredible benefits of meditations towards our well-being and therefore contributing to our work-life balance, and also to learn about to approach this from a scientific perspective. Okay, so you may remember that we were, during the past sessions, speaking about decision-making. If we take good decisions, then we can make our life, personal life and professional life, saved from many ordeals, wrong decision, waste of time. We can become more efficient in what we are doing and then create space and time so that we can feel better, we can better perform, and we can better assist our dear ones. Before any session, I like doing a little check-in just to bring back centered in the here and now, body, mind, heart, and self. So let's take a minute just to center ourselves. Please follow the guidance and sit comfortably with the back straight, but with attention. Have your eyes gently and softly closed, very lightly, feeling very comfortable. Let your breathing be natural. and invite yourself to be relaxed. And now gently move attention to the heart and connect to your heart. Connect to your source, to the source of light, which is already present there in your heart. Drawing your attention inwards. And feel this deepest self, longing to be one and the highest it can be. Call this deepest self to guide you in all your decisions and activities. And that is all. But take your time. Remain with eyes closed for a few more seconds. Just to observe yourself and absorb this new state of being. And when you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes and connect to your surrounding, being fully present to the here and now and the session. So, welcome back. So the session, remember, listen to your heart, or Forrest Gump was not stupid. He looked stupid. Everybody was taking him for the fool, and it may not be so interesting, just like running and chocolate box. But as the movie is going on, his life is passing by, we realize that he only takes good decisions for himself and his dear ones. So we cannot say that someone who is taking only good decision in his life is a stupid person. Well, on the contrary, we may come across many very intelligent people, but they are taking very bad decisions. This decision making is not all about thinking. Actually, it is mostly about feeling. Forrest Gump was following his heart, and that is what is actually constituting the main essence of decision making. It's not just a Hollywood movie, it's supported by science, and that is what I've tried to convey during the past session. I was describing what are the first steps of decision making, and the first one is the security check. Is it an ice cream or is it a lion? If it's a lion, no time for thinking. We have to fight or flight for our lives. The security check is hijacking the amygdala, is hijacking our brain resources to be dedicated for survival, for the fight and flight. When I am in that process, I can't think. And this is where we can have these behaviors because we are always constantly under stressful situation, and our amygdala can become oversensitive, and we become decision makers which are compulsive reactive, always reacting on the go, harshly responding to stressful and threatful information. On the contrary, the second step is about thinking. It is mobilizing our prefrontal cortex, the CEO part of the brain, the smartest part of the brain, which can evaluate all the pros and cons of a situation. But remember, as much as it is very smart, it is also very slow. So remember, the excess of in decision making for that is the analysis paralysis. And I can tell you, in the diplomatic sector, we are excelling in that. We discuss, we evaluate, we this, and no decision is taken. So interestingly, it is not at that level that decisions are taken. It requires another kind of process. It is the confirmation of the decision making in the phase of by the inner knowing, confronting the decisions to our feelings, to our inner wisdom, inner knowing the situation. Let me come back to give you an example to better realize how important this step is crucial in decision making. And for that, I refer to the books of Daniel Goleman, New Insights of Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. And he's referring to a case of a very successful lawyer in New York. And he was very successful until, unfortunately, he had a little, a brain tumor, and that brain tumor required a brain surgery in his brain. Okay. So the surgery went well and everything went well. He came back very healthy, but from that moment, his life became a nightmare. So much that he lost his job, that he could not even maintain having a job, whatever it may be. Forget about being a lawyer, but even working for any lower kind of jobs, he was not able to sustain. So much that he was finishing in the spare room of his brother. And out of despair, he said, what can I do? He went to one of the best experts in brain surgery and in neuroscience. And that doctor is Antonio Damasio, who wrote a very excellent book on the brain. And he went to see Damasio to say, okay, what's going on with me? So Damasio made a battery of, scan in his brain and checking the size, checking the connection, making IQ test, everything. And IQ, very good. Memory, excellent. Everything was excellent. But then why is he in this situation? So Damasio was reviewing having a session with him, and then he asked him, so when do we meet last week? And then he observed the lawyer, and the lawyer said, okay, Monday, it's a good day, but afternoon I have this, and before that, maybe Tuesday would be better in the morning, and or there is also Wednesday or Thursday. No, Friday I am full, but then there is the weekend. For a simple question as when to meet next week, after 15 minutes, after several minutes, the lawyer was not able to take a decision. And this is where he could evaluate all the pros and cons of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what was the best time, but he could not take a decision, could not make a decision. And then this is where Damasio realized that there was a cut between the prefrontal cortex and his living brain. Because that part, this is the part of the brain which is actually making the decision. It is where the decision is taken. And that is involving the basal ganglia, the insula, the anterior cingulate. It is the central part of the brain, the emotional brain. That part of the brain, especially the basal ganglia, has a very crucial, role to play. It records all the past experiences and emotions that we had since we are born. And then it gives our values and priorities. It says, this is important, this is not important, this is working for me, this is not working for me. And that is why it is, and also a very important point, this part of the brain which is taking the decisions is also closely associated with moral values. But here is the hic, is that, and that is why the lawyer could not, take the decision, because he may know all the things, but he cannot relate to his own feeling, to what corresponds to his own being, to what his needs. So because of this connection, he could not confirm the understanding with what he needs to take as a decision, and for himself or for the group. But here is the hic. As much as, this part of the brain, since it is a very central part of the brain, very primal, it is not, related to the verbal cortex. If it has to give when it gives its decisions, when it gives our entire life wisdom to give the decisions, the inner voice that we have in this situation, it will give the decision not in the form of thoughts, but in a form of feeling. Okay, so here is the hic, is that what if I have too many thoughts that have been all disturbed and I am not paying attention to my feeling, and I'm keep staying here, I have unclarity, I'm not able to focus and listen to my feelings. But here is the second thing: are we trained? Are we used to refer to our feelings, to tap into this inner wisdom, to this inner voice, inner guidance to take a decision? Often these reference to feelings is often evaluated, underrated. They are often, denied, and we said, okay, why do you want to have feelings in the decision process? Well, this is what is happening between our two ears, is that the feelings will tell us what is proper to make as a decision. And Daniel Goleman is again saying that he was studying from the students of Harvard, those who have the highest success financially and socially. And he asked them, so how do you take decisions? And after collecting data for all the former students of Harvard, he found out the process of these decision makers which were most successful financially and socially. So first thing is that they read a lot, and they try to understand. But then at one moment, at the last part, it was not sufficient. They step back, and then they have to confirm their decision with their what they call a guts feeling. They must feel like they are safe. They must feel that it sticks to their being, that they are able to embrace the decision. But here is, I think, something that we can better, somewhere where meditation can make the process even better, because not only we are able to be self-aware, we are able to quiet our mind, we are able to connect with our feelings, but we are not connecting only to the gut's feeling. We are connecting to the heart's feeling. Gut's feeling, if you want, is very basic. It is meaning, am I going to eat or am I going to starve? If I feel uncomfortable and that I may feel like starving, then the decision looks very shaky. It looks very insecure. But if I feel like I'm going to eat, I'm going to survive, then I feel comfortable with the decisions. But what about, also integrating the feelings of the heart when we take the decision? And what are the values related to the heart? Love, care, compassion, kindness, appreciation, generosity, compassion, courage, etc. So not only we are able to be able to integrate, to relate to our inner wisdom, to make sure that it is a sustainable thing, a sustainable decision, but also that it is imbibed with the values of the heart. So I think that is okay for today. That is, I've covered this part. Remember, just to remind you that the decision is not taken at the prefrontal cortex at the second stage. It's taken at that moment, when we confirm our decisions with our inner feelings. And therefore, when we have to take decisions, it's important to remember, Forrest Gump was not stupid. Listen to your heart. Okay, so now I would like to invite you to the practice moment, and to make it a little different, and also to support you to help you, to give you some tools to better take decisions. I would like to guide you through the cleaning, because often we want to take decisions, we want to connect with our heart, but there are so much agitation in the brain, in the mind, in the heart, that we are not able to feel what is within. And therefore, we need the technique. We need to learn how to remove all these turmoil inside, to naturally then get connected, centered with our source, with ourself. This is called the cleaning. And compared to meditation, it's a very active process. We use the will of the mind and the heart to remove all the impressions which are going out from our system from the back. Like when we are taking shower, we are not just waiting under the water just to be clean. We use our hand and glove and soap, and we brush ourselves to remove the dirt. Here is the same thing. We apply the will to remove all the impressions of the day. So I will guide you through the cleaning exercise. It will be guided at some parts, silent at some of the parts. Anyway, at the end, I will guide you back to the session. So please follow me. Sit comfortably. Have your eyes gently closed. And come back to the relaxed state that we had when we did the check-in at the beginning of the session. Invite yourself to be relaxed. Feel relaxed. And now gently move your attention to the back, meaning from the tailbone all the way up to the head, to the top of the head. And make the suggestion that all complexities and impurities are brushed out, removed out of your system. They are leaving it from the back in a form of little smoke or vapor. So repeat. Bring your attention to the back. Make the suggestion that all complexities and impurities are brushed out, removed out of your system, leaving it from the back in a form of little smoke or vapor. This is an active process. So apply your will as needed. Do not try to identify any particular complexity or impurity or quality that you would like to get rid of. Good or bad, all impressions are removed. If you find yourself distracted, very gently come back to the cleaning process, bringing back your attention to the back with the suggestion that all complexities and impurities are being removed, brushed out of your system, leaving it from the back in the form of little smoke or vapor. And as you're getting used to the cleaning process, you can accelerate it, intensify it. You can now add another element. Think that's from the front. Make the suggestion that from the front, the secret current of the source of light is entering into your heart and helping you in the cleaning process. So feel that from the front, the secret current of the source of light is entering into your heart and helping you in removing all the complexities and impurities of your system, which are brushed out, going away from the back in the form of little smoke or vapor. those complexities going away. You feel simple as impurities are going away. You feel pure. And now you can feel that this secret current of the source of light is filling up your entire system, every part, every single cell is filled up, flooded with this current of light. And now you can feel that your heart has become a center of light. You can conclude the cleaning with the suggestion that it was completed efficiently. And that is all. Take your time and take just a few more moments to observe yourself. Observe your inner space, your feelings, and absorb this new state of being. And when you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Reconnect with the surrounding. And come back to the here and now. I would be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so here are the questions. Wow, many questions. Why is decision making important in the workplace? Well, first of all, we are paid to take good decisions. So we had better, be good at it. And it's nice to read and have experience, but we can also learn from, observing how it is happening within and realize the importance of the heart, which is guiding us and allowing us to tap into our inner wisdom, our entire body mind system, understanding of a situation, and synthesizing our entire life experience of emotions, knowing what is important and what is not important, which is also, as I mentioned earlier, a part of the brain which is correlated to moral values. So we are able to not only take good decisions for us, but also for the others. When we take good decisions, when we are clear in decisions, when we are clear in the guidance, it makes the team, on track, focused on what is to be done. So guidance is clear, and now execution can happen in an efficient way. Can you describe the approach to making decisions, especially when we faced with complex and challenging situations? So often, I will read all the questions and try to synthesize. How do you prioritize decisions when multiple options and tasks require your attention? Okay. So can you describe the approach to decision, especially when you face with complex and challenging situations? So first we have to see how important. We have to discriminate important and urgent. Okay. Very rarely we face with important and urgent at the same time. Really rarely we face a heart attack situation where we have to take urgent and important decisions. Most of the time we have important decisions and we can take time to take decisions. So it's very important to understand how important, and based on that importance of a situation of the matter, this, see what quality of consciousness I should have, what quality, clarity, space I need to have the quality of consciousness, clarity of mind to take the adequate decisions. If this is important, I cannot just take it like that and lightly. I need deep thinking. I need clarity. I need heightened consciousness to see the need for the future. I need to have a heightened condition so that heightened consciousness to be able to attend to the welfare of an organization which is engaging hundreds, thousands, 100,000 of people and as much money, much more money than that. So when it is important, I need to have a different level of awareness and consciousness. So for that, I need to create space to take the appropriate decision. And it's to take the good decision, because if we take the good decisions, there is no waste of time. It's only gain of time. But if I take wrong decision, then it's a lot of resources, efforts, people, discouragements, etc., frustrations, which go in a wrong direction. It's mostly how to make sure we are taking the right decision at the right moment. So taking pause, bringing back clarity with the cleaning, contemplate, elevate your sight, your vision, is allowing us to take very good decision. How to prioritize decision when multiple options on task require your attention. And that is our job as human beings and as managers and as decision makers and leaders. We have to see what is important, what is not, what is urgent, what is not. And our heart will feel it. We need to, we feel we feel what is important. And when we feel, it will guide us. We have a lot of wisdom. We have a lot of understanding that we have accumulated all through these years. Even if it is less, based on our experience, we can easily identify what is important and what is not, when it is true, when it is not, what is right or what is wrong. Even a child, when he's doing something wrong, you feel he look at it and it's, so we all know what is right and what is wrong. So then we need to have courage to follow our heart, to be, the figures are good, it looks good, but it's not for me. It doesn't suit my values. It doesn't suit the system. It doesn't, something is, I need more time. Okay. So prioritization is, take decision at the right moment when needed. The right moment when needed is something that we need. We can feel that it is at, because of the timelines, because of the targets, because of the ability of the system to cope with the task, the responsibility. Okay. How to handle situation where we are conflicting opinions and viewpoints on a decision. How to handle situation where we are conflicting opinions. So I will answer the question regarding conflicting opinion and viewpoints on a decision with myself. Like often people ask, okay, I think something in one direction. I want to do this with the mind, but my heart tells something different. So this is want, this is ego, and this is I need, I feel. So most of the time, sometimes both of them are going in the right direction, and then it is good, go ahead. Sometimes they are going in the opposite directions. The experience is that when we follow the heart, the needs, then it is necessary. There is literally no choice. If I want to survive, I want to continue, I need to go there. So then the decision is clear. It's very easy. I just have to humble make softer my ego. Often also situation happens that I don't know. But when we don't know, when my heart is at peace, even though I'm not able to understand the decision, if my heart is at peace now, it's a sign that it's the right direction. My heart will never congratulate me if I see properly, if I breathe normally, if I'm healthy. But my heart will start going higher if I start seeing bad, if my breathing is disturbed, if my body is in pain. So even if we don't understand, I'm not sure about the decision, when the heart remains at peace, it's a sign that as of now, it is correct. I can proceed. Maybe the next day, maybe after some times, it will change. But as of now, it's a sign. We made decision under pressure. How do we stay calm and focus? As I've said, we often there is no when we are able to see urgent, non-urgent, important and non-important. Very rarely we are facing urgent and important. And when it is happening, then it is very clear, like it's a life situation. When it is important, we need to create the time for that. Sometimes it is urgent, but does it mean that it has to be taken by me, or I can organize it at different times? I can, delegate, ask some colleagues to do it instead of me. So how do we handle situation when we make decision collaboratively with team members or stakeholders? Well, I think when there is clarity of the objectives, when there is clarity of interest or gain at stakes, and we propose a fair way where there is a win-win situation, not a lose-win situation. Even sometimes losing can be a winning at the end, but when everybody sees that there is a benefit from each other, so the decision is good for all parties at the end, then it's easy to take collaborative decision. It's not about also taking collaborative decision doesn't mean that, it's the majority, it's good. I think it's more about saying, is it needed? When it's a need, so many things are easy to take as decisions are easy to take. Okay. So how to ensure that our decisions are ethical, fair, and considerate for all stakeholders? Connect to your heart. Your heart will feel for the other. It will, if you are kind and generous, your heart will make you kind and generous. We will try to make something which will make the person grow and benefit. Then the person will feel it. And if we are mistaken, then open discussion and readjust. How our decision-making skill contributed to building trust and credibility with stakeholders. I think, again, when we are authentic, when we are simple, clear, and focus on the needs, it's easier to, trust naturally builds. Trust naturally reflects and is inspired, evoked in the stakeholders. I think I've been talking a lot. Yes, time has passed by 3 minutes. I mean, that was like really interesting questions, and I'm really thankful for you to have asked all these questions. I'm happy to answer for more, but I liked respecting your time, and I am maybe pausing for now.
Thank you to Mr. Stans for deliberating on various aspects of decision making, how it can be put it forward along with the work-life balance. He has pointed out on this aspects of decision making. And we are thankful to our guide and mentor, CA Dr. Pradeep Gupta, for his presence and put in effort for that one is particularly smooth operating of this session. With this, we are thankful to our each and every participant present over here for witnessing this today's session on work-life balance. We are thankful to each and everyone who has contributed for putting it forward in this virtual program on work-life balance. At last but not least, we are thankful to our resource person, Mr. Stans, for deliberating on this sessions on work-life balance. With this, conclude the today's session. We expect you to join on tomorrow's session at 8:30 p.m. along with your friends and near and dears, so that we expect many more sessions. That one is to take it forward on this work-life balance. With this, we conclude the today's session. Thank you to all.
Thank you.
Thank you.